Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Thursday, March 11th. We are here for Downtown Beatdown Online, brought to you by a Central Illinois FGC. I am Dostrow, joined by my lovely co-host Technique. How you doing, Technique?
I'm doing great, man. I'm looking forward to the brackets. It's definitely gonna be a good one.
I mean, at this point in Battle for the Grid, like basically every tournament, every bracket's a good bracket. We got a bunch of powerhouse hitters signing
Oh
up
yeah.
left and right, but a few players that don't enter too many tournaments, just like a handful left and right. We got
Mhm.
Dynamic Focus Jackal entering tonight's tournament, along with Devious Ways and
Yeah,
Sundula. A handful of
true. And
players
Fib
that,
too.
yeah, and Fibonacci, a handful of players that just they sign up a few times every few weeks, but we get to see them all tonight, all in the same bracket, and it's going to be an absolute pleasure.
Well, I need to peep my man Uchi over there hiding over there too. I see him. Definitely gonna be a
Well, yeah,
nice one.
Uchi signed up. Didn't he sign up for the Across the Grid as well?
It
Or
was a
maybe
recent tournament.
yeah. The
I
last
think it
previous
was
two
that.
tournaments, there was
Mhm.
Across the Grid this past
Yeah,
Sunday, and then
I had to
Colossus
play him actually. Yeah.
Coliseum last Saturday. Uchi also had that first to seven exhibition, I think it was, against Sweet Salsa
Oh
for
yeah.
the colors in in the Battle for the Grid Discord.
Yeah.
Haven't seen Salsa enter any tournaments as of late, but we also have the classics. We have Fear Chimera, Los Teresa, Drewchuck, Logan
Oh,
22, Omega Black. Like,
got wait, hold on. We got Crazy Fool versus Omega Black.
oh,
We on
round.
stream.
Oh, that
That's
that would that would
like the
that
two
would be it.
most OD
Uh,
players.
Yo, those two are like absolutely wild to watch. And Crazy Fool, another player that doesn't enter too often, always has a good showing. Uh,
hmm
Very solid Udana. I believe they recently dropped Red. They were doing like Udana, I think Cat and Jen, but for sure Udana Jen, if I'm not mistaken. We're getting our first match
Right.
for you on stream right now. Uchi versus Nick T-Truck.
Nice.
Now, T-Truck is a Central Illinois FGC local. I used to play with the man offline back when offline was still a thing. Looks like we're getting the error glitch,
Oh,
perhaps right now.
oh,
Yeah, we'll get that.
oh,
We'll see. We'll see the game in just a little bit. T-Truck, he plays a little bit of everything. Man just loves fighting games.
sure.
And Uchi, the man, always just supporting the Battle for the Grid scene
But yeah,
as much as
for
possibly
sure.
can. Entering our tournaments now. Lovely to see.
That's cool.
Got
See, I've been loving seeing him.
Yeah, Uchi recently started playing Zed again.
Yeah, yeah, I saw him working on Zed. It's like this is a pretty cool team that he has actually.
Uh, Looks like someone got disconnected. Both of them,
You
maybe.
know, something else that I was thinking that when I was looking at the bracket. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think another storyline for this bracket, like last time that Jackal played here, didn't he win? Like actually,
Yeah, Jackal and Fear played. I
bracket.
think it was the Black Cup. I think
Yeah.
the last Black Cup. But Fear was messing around with a different team. Fear was messing around with Tommy Zed Sentry in
Yeah, I
some
know who
order,
this
I
is.
think he was. And Jackal got on the mic afterward and he was like, "Nah, I'm not gonna take this isn't the win until Fear's playing his main stuff." But in an interesting turn of events after that, like a few days after the Black Cup, a few days after uh, Jackal took the
That was
victory
actually
over
Battle
Fear.
for the Flood. My bad. That was
Battle for
Battle
the
for the
Flood?
Flood. But the Black Cup, that was the one that
Oh yeah.
Dula on that. He didn't win, but he got like third or something like that. I know he took out
Hmm.
Jackal.
Or well, when
Yeah.
the last when Jackal took the tournament over Fear, whatever tournament that may have been, Battle for the Flood sounds about right because Mega Isaac loves to have the victors on the mic. But
Yeah.
Jackal was like, nah, that's not a victory until Fear plays his main shit. But Fear, in his strange turn of events recently, or interesting turn of events, has been playing a different team, not just his Zed Sentry Gen or Eric Sentry Gen, Tommy Sentry Gen. He's playing Goldar.
Yeah, and he's been doing good. Like he actually won last couple tournaments with the Goldar team, so definitely interesting. But we're gonna finally get into the game one.
And normally the Eric glitch happens once and then we're all good to go. We're getting into it. We made it all the way through. T-Truck starting off trying to charge that 4S, but the Eric is going right. A little too close to the corner. Didn't turn off that 2-all there.
Gotta really be aware of what's on the field for their combos now.
Oh, the tiny pullback on the Wolf Wheel Alpha there. A full L auto. Side switch? Okay. Just hanging out. Playing the Z neutral. Still on enough time to pick up off that hard knockdown. Oh, almost got the confirmation off of that 5S from Zed, but still gets a pickup, punishing T-Truck, trying to press the button, I guess.
Motivate. Maximum. Formation sword.
If there's a character in the match, but RJ is such a good character to use, though. He just a moving hitbox. Small drop there, wake up reversal, doesn't try to convert into a Zord or a Super, but gets the pressure.
Acceleration. Guess who's back?
Oh no, that's combo. He could have probably wasted the rest of his Zord, but he's not gonna really do anything with it anyway.
T-Truck got that singular call. Uchi dash jumping right over the gen here. Grab not ready for that side switch. T-Truck punishing. An unfortunate drop on the combo. Uchi push block. Punish. Said classic.
Okay.
Unfortunate drop there. Used that 5L, got the automatic flip out, but T-Truck not blocking the noggin. Got that axe kick, bumped the brain.
Yeah, Tommy players love that. It forces you to block. Like you're gonna block this over there. You're gonna die. Good stuff to him.
Yeah, it's such a good overhead. It's so quick. Something that's absolutely fascinating to me when watching Tommy players is how often they'll default to certain options. High, low, left, right, grab. A lot of the time you expect the overhead. The overhead is probably, it's like level 1 of the mix-up from type 5 flip out into the overhead. But just seeing how the different players utilize different mix-up options. T-Truck seems to be loving that overhead from RJ.
Really good block out there.
Side swap out of the corner. A little too early on that Tommy call to get the full turnaround. There's the overhead again.
Yeah. Well, T-Truck, you gotta start blocking high. Protect the noggin. You get a combo here, you end up super. So it could be that there. Oh, you get a drop.
Uchi going for the hard stuff? I see you. That 5HH fireball is super tough.
I don't really see it so much.
Yeah, like the only players I see that have ever gone for that whole. I think I saw Kude do it a few times. Joey P, Beer. Admittedly, the Tommy's a bit of a dying breed as of late.
Yeah.
Ever since the previous patch. But in the classic echo chamber that is the Tommy Oliver channel, green don't suck. Right now, green ain't on the screen though. You got the quantum loop set, so you got the corner incoming. Caught formation sword. Good starter, but went for the 5S, 6S. Easy corner carry, so makes it turn off your brain a little bit. But
Formation sword.
Airplane? I'm gonna say it right here, Uchi. I'm sorry, man. I'm calling you out. That was a push. That airplane.
Yeah. I'll say something.
We put the putty sandwich into the stomps. Let's go. Oh, easy combos. I respect it. Back into the corner. Technique classic. That's easy.
Oh yeah, doing on a double overhead. Okay.
A mix.
Nice.
Okay, Uchi. Man's got his blender going.
There's no man block.
Got the shakes. Okay. T-Truck. He's getting some hits. He's playing the neutral pretty solidly against Uchi here. I think just one of the big issues is the full confirmations.
Mm-hmm.
He's just dropping some hits, dropping some stray hits, and no matter where you are in the game, a hit is either going to lead to a kill or an intense and hard to block mix-up. Even something as simple as overhead, as Uchi's shown, is incredibly strong. T-Truck is sort of chilling out. Ignition ground start, charge the ignition level, and just let it hit. Man, it's playing Beyblade out here. Back up. That's right, there's Tommy on the other side. Uchi didn't take the opportunity for the save.
Let's take it up a notch.
T-Truck has his orb ready. All the way up to level 2. Axe hit got wasted on the ground bounce from that assist call there. Unfortunately.
Jungle Fury
Tag the toad. T-Truck apparently saving that cat, still on the full stick of celery. Punish the whip with 5H, but got the push block punish there.
Oh, go!
Oh, he forgot about the 5S. If he's gonna find all this, he's in a pretty good spot still.
Yeah, I've seen T-Truck play a lot of games. He plays Dragon Ball, I've seen him on Windjammers, I've seen him play Street Fighter. I gotta say, it feels like he's playing a bit of Street Fighter right now. Just trying to measure the spacing. Sometimes the assist calls are open, but he's just leaving them out there. There it is again.
That's super good.
Dude, this super's hilarious.
So good. I legit popped off when I first saw it.
Good. Oh, caught with the anti-Tommy assist. Just outside of that. Watch that block bolt. He just swung out of the stagger. That was perfect.
First flame available. He was like, he messes this up, I got him.
Yo, Uchi's on turbo right now. That's gonna be it.
Keep it simple. Who's gonna take that?
3 down. And Uchi takes the very first round, or very first stream match, 3-0. T-Truck down to the losers bracket. Uchi gonna play Jackal next. So out of the frying pan into the fryer right there, like Jackal's quite a tough cookie to crack. But good stuff for Uchi. Always like seeing him play. He's always practicing. I always supporting. It's always getting better, which is a great thing to see. Just about any tournament, any player.
Definitely. But we got a ton of matches coming up for you guys. It's definitely looking like a couple of good ones. Looking forward to seeing some of these. And like for some of the later rounds too. Like I'm interested to see some of these matchups.
Yeah, some results off stream. There was Devious Ways taking it 3-0 over Los Teresa. Omega Black 3-2 over Crazy Fool. I feel like
that went down to the wire too. Oh man, I wish I saw that.
I'm surprised they went 5 games in like 10 minutes, like less than 10 minutes. I swear that was an incredibly quick set. How's that? I wish I could have seen that. Looks like we're gonna get our next match on stream soon. We got Crescent Chimera, Mr. First Place, up against Killer Waffles on our next stream match. Killer Waffles. I run into them on ranked every once in a while. I know Killer Waffles been rocking the Udana. Solid Udana player. Always getting better. Fear Chimera, we said embracing the Goldar.
Nice.
Man's got a
I
shot
haven't
of
seen.
blue lined up on his desk, I swear.
I haven't seen Waffles play, but I know that Waffles ran that tournament not too long ago. That was really cool. So I'm definitely interested to see them play.
I feel like Waffles is like just always lurking in the Battle for the Grid Discord. He's been signing up for a few tournaments here and there.
It's cool.
I just feel like we haven't seen them on stream.
Yeah,
Not
that
for
might
like
be
any
it.
of the tournaments. Has been just like dodging the stream setup, I guess. But yeah, he's always getting better. Everyone's on the grind.
Sure.
Fear Chimera, of course, no stranger to the hot seat.
Yeah, this man's always down. Play on stream. He's gonna be
Fear,
on stream regardless at some point, so this is how it is.
Fear is like the biggest grinder
Power of snow.
in the Battle for the Grid scene. There have been so many tournaments, and he's signed up for like 9 out of 10 of them, at least 19 out of 20. Probably even better. But we got the pickup against Utah. This ice lady getting the monkey paw. This is what we do. This is what we're doing. We're selling our soul to Goldar.
Oh man, it's so crazy that show, that Central Illinois show, that watch with everything. It's so good.
I mean, Jen is one of those characters that like, completes a team. You know, she just like you go into the advice channel, you go into up to anyone who knows anything about Battle for the Grid, and you say, I'm playing these two characters, who should I put on my team? It's one of the first characters you pick is Jen. And on both sides, like, Jen quickly getting a choke slam, kidnap right now. And then Central's just one of those characters that just kind of goes anywhere.
Definitely.
And it just so happens that Fear Chimera, probably the best Sentry and Gen in the world right now, barring some savant that hasn't signed up for any tournaments. Easy contender for the best player in the world, Mr. First Place himself, top 1 on the Battle for the Grid leaderboard. That was a real commanding game from Fear there.
Yo, sometimes he could just black out with Goldar.
But that's just one, like you just. Goldar is one of the most head-ass characters.
You just do some swoops, they happen to get hit by it, that's their character. Alright.
It's like you can think with Goldar, but honestly, you really don't.
Yeah. Okay, let's stop Waffles getting the hit. That's a real cross-up. Nice.
Crescent something, I guess, got caught on the opening. A little too high for that. Oh, tag with the ice ball, though.
Amazing. Okay.
That double freeze messed up the combo. Fear gets the punish on that with Wop Strike. Likely seeing a dead Udon. Just keep it easy. Are we snapping? Tried to get that last hit.
You and I have some unfinished business. Not gonna happen.
Yeah, she didn't get punished though. Oh yeah, that was more stuff happening off right there. He didn't even stop. He just kept shooting. He said, "What sword?"
I mean, you gotta be careful about those things. When you just thread the needle, it works out so well. Just catching the opponent between the Zord calls.
Something that Fear's been good at for the longest. Like I remember, like he was a long time before he was so good. And he get murdered. Man, what's this? This is a good character.
Oops. Knocks mine to get the hit, but no confirm. The swoop in caught low. Takes that second game. Killer Waffles got some punches in, but Fear Chimera is still keeping him up against the ropes.
It can be tough. It's so scary because like you don't actually see a lot of people run a point Goldar too. Like Goldar is another, like we're talking about Jen being a jack of all trades type of character. Goldar is kind of like that too. Like I see people run him like in every position, and like as point, he can be incredibly scary.
With the power of snow.
The thing about Fear's team, which is really strange to think of, because like all three characters are such great characters, but the characters he has, you don't think of them as point characters, right? Like you'd think Udana. Udana's on a team, she's probably going to be on point, just because she kind of needs that support. But like, the round starts on all three of Fear's characters aren't necessarily the strongest. But even still, they're all fantastic characters, and once you just start playing the game, it just makes it so easy. Caught the down of the sword. He exited the edge.
Yeah.
Oh, doesn't even every time. Every time.
You gotta chicken block it. Like, I remember like that stuff being impossible to block.
I swear, against Goldar, I'm basically just always holding them back.
Exactly.
These air bugs are so good. They just go wherever the hell they want. I'm caught by the sword.
Comes right there. It's looking tough for what?
Watch the cross up. Oh, the rewind is getting out of it.
Oh, nice one. Irish from EX getting rid of the Goldar.
He took one character. Oh, snipe. Took point Gen.
You got to confirm that would have been crazy. But
well, that confirmed is so hard. It's like different, no matter where you, depending on how high you are. Oh, we saw that stand-up Killer Waffles. We blocked that, okay.
ooh, nice. Oh yeah, minus there. Good challenge. Some big 3-0.
Quick 3-0. Fear Chimera. Moving on, plays Omega Black in the next round. Good stuff on Killer Waffles. So I saw the gears turning. He was playing the game. It's just that you're playing against Fear Chimera out here. And that's a tall order it's a steep hill to climb, my friend.
Yeah, gonna be tough.
Yeah, we're gonna be getting our next match on stream for you. I believe Sondula versus Logan 22, some OG Magnus defenders.
Yeah, it's true.
Dula recently back on the Magna. He dropped him for a little bit.
You love to see this man sold his soul to RJ, and then got his soul back, and he's been doing better. So that's what you like to see.
Yeah, Dula's just is a Magna player. Like when I think of Sondula, I think of Magna defender.
Yeah, for sure. If we were in the OG Magnas and one of the people that was like really pushing the character even back in the release of the game, right?
Yeah, it's like TK the game, EMP the game, the Sin game, the many monikers of the man himself, and Sondula. Those are like the Magna defender players that you think of.
Yeah, for sure.
In tournament play. It's been a minute since we've seen TK. TK entered a tournament. I don't remember which one.
Whatever the last one was, I think he got like second.
Yeah, TK always does good. TK is such an incredible and intelligent
across
player. Across the grid? Alright. TK is so smart. I feel like if you play Magna Defender, you either play like brain off Unga Bunga Magna Defender, or you have to play smart otherwise.
Yeah.
Alright, Dula, what are you doing? What is this team?
The hell is this?
Forfeit time.
I guess he heard us talking about him playing Magna. He just decided to play some other stuff.
Before your lord.
Dula, if you do suboptimal combos with
Hey,
Shadow Ranger, I am calling you out.
This team is capped right now. There's Dragon.
At least he's playing Goldar. At least he's playing Goldar. Goldar's been on Dula's team forever. I wouldn't be surprised if he was a day one Goldar player. Right now we're... Oh, come on, man. I see. At least you're schmooving, but you gotta do some good old combos here.
Oh, I really hope that.
Not gonna happen.
I like the choice to go for that J8 for the ground bounce to keep the characters just in the same combo, but that's a cinematic super, only catches one. Let's see a snap. Come on, man. Oh. Set up. Punish on that 2H. Trying to go for a teleport. Swapping through the characters. Dog has regained most of his blue health by now.
Yeah. Definitely would have been a good idea.
Ready?
No, okay.
Right?
Yo, he got mixed twice.
It's that like slow air dash. You just second guess yourself. Logan's few players that you just cannot roll. Panic EX is a way of life, man. Trust me, I know.
It's so good. It's like, can you retell me stop? It works out.
I mean, you can get punished for it, but the times it works out, it is impressive.
It like wipes
You
me
and I
out.
have some unfinished business.
Every time we got punished for it, but the one time it works, we're like, oh yeah.
But one time it works is completely justified. Some duel taking down the Jet Scott's here. Logan down to just the top.
Yeah, that was an easy punish. That's one of those things you're like, alright, it's time to play. Oh, that's like, he's probably gonna jump press him.
Yeah, when they're coming in,
incoming in.
you gotta get the spacing right. Either just dash under them, or just stand a little bit away and get the block. Picks him up with a dog assist into the body splash. That Condor dive. One up from Sunday.
Nice stuff. It was looking bad for him at first, but really brought it back.
I mean,
new team I'm working on. All right, you got it, Doc.
I've seen Sundula play dog before, like once or twice. I've never seen the Draken before. I remember reading in chat one time that he was like talking to Remy about getting some Draken tech or something.
Draken definitely is one of the most underrated characters in the game. It still has been for a very long time. Like ever since we got buffed, like even back when Cole won first attack, right? Like,
oh yeah.
I thought at that point people were gonna realize, alright, Draken's pretty good, but still not that many Drakens.
Draken's the kind of character that kind of needs support around him. But when he has that support, it's so incredibly scary. Goldar and Dog seem to be doing well for Sundula. The characters like Jen, Lauren, Aaron, Kat, it's all incredibly scary. Punish. Sizemel, we playing C Viper out here.
Oh my goodness. Look, he got blocked.
Good duel. Duel just head-assed his way in. Man's held up forward, pressed a few jump buttons.
He got like hit by like a triple overhead.
Double cross up. What? Okay, Dula. I see you.
Keep it simple.
Duel's saying he's working on the blue team, and he's still just rocking the Goldar. Goldar's doing all the work here.
Oh yeah. And Magna stuff. Mega Goldar.
But it's going down now. Alright, Duel's getting some time to practice.
And may the power protect you all.
These new characters got it.
Dog 5L is pretty good. Alright, decent.
Of the gap.
Could have gotten a few more hits there, but it's fine. We got 3 bars, so this is gonna be and we got Mega Goldar. Alright. That's actually a tough
mile away.
4H into 4S like that. Mac is such a weird guy. You have to hit that 4H when he's really high off the ground bounce. So I played against like Dula or TK on ranked a few times, and I dropped that with Dog, and I just totally paid for it.
I don't know about you, but the dog's getting my stamp of approval after been getting the TODs. I mean, he needed a Zord, but you know.
He needed Zord, but he wouldn't have killed with all 3 bars.
Yeah.
Just saying. Just saying. If you have 3 bars with dog and you get a 5M confirmed, you should be killing.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Fair to say. Just
Dula,
saying.
you've got my roots, man. You've seen my Twitter. Are we play Power Wave? You got a Terry Bogard on. Dashes through, punishes the 6SH there. Gotta watch out on this Oki's MMO. Really strange. Dashing through, got that Vegeta karate. That 2M from Dracul. Step aside!
Yeah, no,
It's not nice to
6S.
pick up.
Swap it. Okay.
that is one thing that is so good with Dracul.
You and I have some
It's
unfinished
5S
business.
and just swap them out.
Oh
It's
yeah.
actually amazing.
Just cover the startup with an assist, throw that 5S out.
You have lost.
Use it to pressure.
Is this all
So
you
good.
got?
Nice. Okay, you got solid dog combos, double icing, just keeping it simple. Jen was gonna die regardless. Twice in a row. Don't do this. Duel's playing dog on point right now on purpose.
You have
He's doing
lost
it to
this
watch
battle.
him splurge. Double.
I saw
Reset?
That was a mess. That was
defender of the
distance
gap.
for sure. But he just got the free reset. Yeah. No one expected it. Come on. You had the backdash cancel 4S last time. Why are you doing anything different?
Zero in on my coordinates.
Oh, punish. That's a punish.
Yeah.
Was he not confident in it? I'm a little confused. Regardless, we back to neutral. Power waves out. That's Tommy on Tommy.
have been warned.
Going for the super to punish the assist. Yeah. Smart
Pick up.
stuff.
Ooh, not close enough to the corner. Oh, you
Look
can
at all
just
that
do
blue
that.
light.
Just dash up the end. Just dash up the end. That's all you do. Start mashing, bro. You can do it. I believe in you. Stop trying to block. Don't be a hero.
That'd be respectful. A respectful grid player. Block it out. Yeah, who's gonna win that 3-0? Good stuff. Something
Being a
more playing.
respectful grid player while Logan 22 out here using them hoe tactics. Calling Zord in order to open up your opponent? That is a bona fide hoe
Long as it
tactics.
gets.
Some Bruce Cross right there. Good stuff from Logan.
Yeah, that
Logan's
was
always fun to
funny.
watch. He plays a very unique style. He's a
Mhm.
his setups are just really interesting. They're like strange, but they work pretty solidly. Like it's like only something that Logan does,
Yeah, that's true.
but it's always good to see him. He's always improving. Dula could use a bit of extra time in the hyperbolic time chamber with that Shadow Ranger, but his Goldar's looking good.
Yeah.
Yeah, who knew?
I'm interested to see the new team.
Man's been playing Goldar for months and months. Nice and clean.
Yes, next we're gonna have. My bad.
Yeah,
I think
thank you for tuning in, all of y'all in the chat. This is Downtown Beatdown Central Illinois FGC hosting their monthly Battle for the Grid tournament. This bracket is we got a Matcherino going, as always. You can hit that exclamation Matcherino. In the chat, there's a code to donate a free 50 cents to the pot. Let's check it out. Matcherino. You can use the code BFTG311. Hey, that's today. 311. To donate a free 50 cents to the pot.
Mm-hmm. So next we're gonna have Jackal and Devious.
Devious is another player that I think is incredibly interesting to watch.
Yeah.
He just thinks differently in this game, I feel like. Jackal as well. Jackal enters tournaments a little bit more often than Devious. Jackal's a very patient player. I've heard him say something along the lines like, "We got 200 seconds. There's no reason to rush." Something along those lines. He's a very patient player, Jackal. Devious as well, actually. And Devious has
Yeah.
some very tricky setups.
For sure. Yeah, that's definitely one of the things he likes a lot. I think he even runs like dog point just for the swap out stuff, right?
I believe so. Devious, I think, recently switched off of Eric and into Scorpina, so I believe he's running Dog Zed Scorpina, if I'm correct.
That's it.
Jackal's probably running his classic. He's always been on the Daishi, Zed, Goldar. But I saw Jackal earlier working on an incredibly strange team.
Word.
Jackal's been brushing up on his Tray of Treforia.
Oh, really? That's cool.
I mean, watching Trey play is always cool. Trey's got some very...
Yeah.
His combos just look really cool. It's just a shame that Trey struggles in neutral. I believe Jackal was playing like Trey, Trini, and Scorpina or something, which is a bit of a struggle neutral team. Scorpina.
Great point.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Great point. Okay.
I mean, to be fair, Jackal doesn't have very good point characters on that team.
Yeah.
Scorpina,
Out of those three, probably.
I mean, Trini's deceptively interesting. Has a pretty strong round start. He's got some side switch, quick pickup against Trey here. I'd like to see the Trey play. I didn't get to see much earlier, as I only watched like a minute of Jackal's stream.
Well, yeah. I definitely would like to see what he's going with that.
You gotta be patient with Trini, and who better to play patient than?
Nice. Yeah, that's definitely the OB stuff right there. Scorpina Trini stuff. Get some nice extensions off that assist. These are legit right now.
Reset? Use it. How slow is Trini to someone tell me. He had to have been able to punish that without getting the trade. Oh, grip? Grapplers. It's a master class of Bulldog.
He said just got smoked.
that was really great. That round strip coming right on back. Easy. I appreciate the simplicity of the easiest ways.
Yeah, super here.
He's got all of these things.
Sir.
Only one that he doesn't have. Alright. A little greedy from Devious. He probably could have finished with a bit of extra. Just playing the neutral.
I'm trying to chip out at this point. He'd probably go for EX, honestly. But yeah, he's gonna swap out.
JS. That's so tricky.
This is gonna hurt.
It's inconsistent. It's dependent on how high you are, basically. But you can almost always get a 2L pickup off of the dash jump JS or Scorpina.
Because like when I first saw this character, I thought JS was going to be a big part of the game. Kind of like, you know, like Gamora and NBC Live and stuff like that. It seems like it's not really.
JS is her best It's probably her best tool because it covers so much space and your dash jump is so good. So that pickup that grabs Jackal really takes all the way against Scorpina. Doesn't want to get round trip installed. Pressing buttons or something. He is playing patient, holding down back. Super would have been the easy way, but we're right out on time.
Megazord ready.
Sword, I like the choice. One more sword call. One open. Got him. Up back. Missed on him one last sword call. Wants to grab.
You have lost. Does he have enough time?
That all you?
Just
Is this all you got? Saber.
oh no, that's not gonna do it.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know.
Justice, sir.
Yeah.
That's super.
The super's too long.
It's too low. Too slow for that. Something like restand into grounded normals EX might have done it, but
Yeah, I was gonna definitely say an EX instead, just because it was faster. Man, the robbery. That was good game one.
That was incredibly greedy of Devious. If he had just one more second, he would have been able to pull it out. But just down to the wire. Nice back and forth.
2, 1.
Jackal proving that maybe a side two, but he's definitely putting some time into it. Just trying to zip around here. Almost got the pickup there.
I will say that I'm one of the people who wants to be like I play him good, but I don't think he's that bad, but like I do think that Trey has a little bit of potential because of stuff like that. Especially stuff like 4S, put them assist behind it, or the success stuff. Like it definitely can be interesting.
Point Trey is the kind of character that needs support.
Yeah, oh for sure, yeah.
Hard stuff.
I think it does have a lot.
By the power of pyramids.
Yeah. His mobility is great. His dash is a bit wonky. That was strange. Had it there. I'm surprised that dropped. But Trey is like the big downside of the lower tier characters in this game is that they're good characters in a game full of phenomenal, right? Like Trey can move, Trey does damage. It's just that there are characters that do the same things that he does, just better.
I love this combo. But you honestly saw it right there. Like there was a moment where like most characters probably would have been able to punish that dash from Zed, but Trey's 2L has no range, so she got punished in front of hit it.
Trey's not called the assist at inopportune time. That forward throw, tough to combo on, especially with that. Caught was the recovery. That's not gonna connect.
Yeah, I was like, you can still like super well. Okay, that's actually better.
Devious didn't have the meter to learn, but
Oh, I would
yeah, nice and safe.
okay, that's point. Yeah, like I kind of do that with the Jason with the side hit. Like, it can definitely let you up. And it's like one of the few things where you like have to hold it, right? You just push block everything.
Okay, Devious.
Actually, really
Blink
like that.
dash overhead. Pizza cutter. That Scorpion at JH is so good.
Yeah, that move is ridiculous, actually. That's like the lowest instant overhead.
It's just a product of the Scorpion jump, dash jump. It's just so low to the ground. Her JL can kind of instant overhead just a little bit. It's so hard to combo off of. Since the JM sort of hits really high and can whiff on a lot of crouching characters, even from that dash jump. Well, Jack's kind of using Trey as a projectile. I don't know why.
I mean, it's definitely his best weapon, honestly.
Ooh, body block. Control. Getting caught by the putty, but
Ooh, nice one.
go boots. Are we gonna watch the movie?
Oh yeah. Yeah, you definitely gotta be aware of the because you can be tough.
You're just going for some easy combos? No restand? Come on. Devious, we talked about this. 4S, 4S, 4S. We talked about this, man. I thought you would listen. It's easier, it does more damage, it builds more meter.
Okay.
Yo, that hit... Yo,
I don't really understand. It works sometimes, but I don't really understand one way.
catching two characters with the pyramids is hard. That's it's more RNG than more. Oh, we got two of them?
It's definitely one that can smart stuff. Ooh.
That was a 30. That was two, I guess.
Yeah, we getting mixed out here.
The sword counter just gives a free 50. I swear.
Oh man.
Boots? Okay.
Hard stuff.
Just enough time to block that EX.
Oh, the push block put him out of range with a punish. Well, sometimes you don't always want to go for a push block, right? Some characters.
Depending on whatever the you're trying to punish is. Jackal does not quite notice that LLL with Trini, but still gets the completed combo against Devious Ways. Jackal on turn. No, we're not there yet. Set point. Excuse. Jackal poised to move on. Winner of this is going to play the winner of Isaac versus Fibonacci in winners semifinals. We also have on the other side of winners semifinals, Fear Chimera took it 3-0 over Omega Block, who's going to play the winner of Drewchuck versus Dula, who we should be getting as our next stream match. So that'll be a fun one to watch. Right now we have our last game in this set.
Well, yeah, like I was saying before, usually I see you just go for the round start, like dog setup, but you try to go for it like that.
Yeah, it really depends on what sort of dog setup you're going for. Like JSS is a really clean, really good one. Plus he was going for the Icinia, which is incredibly good, very strong when you have to turn for it. But Jackal get in the hand. Scorpion
This is gonna cut.
Just EX to finish it nice and simple.
And may the power protect you.
Defense has always kind of played. He would get the hit with one, just kind of finish it off. Then he would do with Eric and like kind of a dog.
Alright, who wants to be next?
Devious very confident just setting up the kill with tag out. Nice and clean.
Defender of the galaxy.
There it is.
Smart.
He did it. He did it. Round of applause, Devious. 4S4. We got neutral. We got.
Ooh,
That was
max range.
That was the deepest anti-air dog could ever do. The only way that would have been a deeper anti-air is if he did the stance M. That would have been like 5-3 get pressure off. Jackal down to his last character. Arguably the best character to have solo. Which is a bit weird because Scorpina neutral. Devious, come on. You just did it. But Scorpina very medium neutral. However, Trey and Trini have a notoriously subpar neutral compared to a lot of other characters. Yeah, good stuff from Devious, tying it up 2-2. I'm curious if Jackal will move on to his main team or stick it out with his.
Definitely seems like the type of person that will stick it out, right?
I think Jackal won't switch teams until losers bracket. That's just how I'm feeling right now. But he's sticking to it for sure here. We're on Game 5, winners quarterfinals. Devious Ways versus
With this, the
Jackal.
truest sword in the galaxy.
Mr. Washington Armor. We zooming around, using those gold runs.
Is this all you
And that's the thing, like, you can really, like lay him out Trey, and then like his projectile isn't really too much. Like you just saw him get smoked, so he was trying to use it in neutral.
Yeah, that was a very intelligent call from Devious on the dog there, and then waking up and poking with buttons.
You see that bounce Scorpina assist got?
It's in stereo. Playing the neutral. recognizing position in the corner. Double overhead, but it was still a combo, so it's not bad. Yo, that hitbox is gigantic.
Ooh, yo, that was almost crazy. The smart stuff from Jackal right there is the EX. He's doing that was gonna be some mix.
If you can block that, because he was blocking already here. Falling down, JL, gotta say,
Here I come.
Honestly, it just looks like Devious has gotten to the point where he's just trying to space it out and play it slow. And this makes sense. All these
you just gotta sort of wall them out. There's the lot that Scorpionic can do, especially against that sort of just controls the neutral spaces he wants to play at. And even on the dash jump, the 5-8 just gets so
It's not over though. It's definitely some HP left to get some HP back on team. Gets the punish.
This is the dash jump. Catching Jackal up backing or something. 3 jump frames, maybe off with a 2L. It's the full combo. Easy jump against Scorpionic here. Devious ways. Boys take it. Up on Jackal, last character.
Oh man.
I'll take it easy.
Got the horse too.
Slash.
Yeah, with a finishing dog. Oh, what? That was weird.
This is strange spacing on the wall bounce, but good recognition using that super just to clean it up at the very end. Devious Ways takes it 3-2 over dynamic focus Jackal, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see Jackal later on getting to losers finals, even grand finals. But great stuff from Devious nonetheless. Jackal's such a tough player to play against, regardless of who he plays. I mean, I don't think I've personally played against any sort of secondary teams that Jackal's played, but as such a patient, measured, and defensive player, Jackal's just got the game sense to really make it with whoever he wants to.
Sure. Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting one because Devious actually beat Isaac at across the grid, so it's gonna be the run back. I'm definitely looking forward to see how that goes.
Yeah, yet another matchup of patient and defensive players. Isaac, sort of one of the figureheads of that slow and measured neutral play. But Isaac has such an impressive mix-up game that it really just makes it so strong when he gets in. So I'm excited to see that match when it comes up. We're going to be getting Drewchuck versus Sundula on stream for you next. Drewchuck, fresh off of a victory, first to 10 in the URC last night.
Okay.
It was Drewchuck versus JJ Fighter. Now the first 10 matches were really, really so incredibly close. It was 5-5 after the first 10 matches. But then I guess maybe both players got sort of iced out. There were some connection issues. And then after that, Drewchuck just took it 5 straight 10-5 over JJ Fighter. Dula, I guess were Jackal and Dula just hanging out before stream saying, hey, let's kick it with our secondaries today.
Maybe Fear inspired everybody to just kind of screw around with the new team.
I mean, this is a pretty solid time to mess around with new characters and new teams.
Yeah,
We don't quite know when the next patch is. We haven't heard anything about the next major, so we're just sort of playing what we want to when it's fun. I mean, of course, we're playing for the competition, and there's the match.
You know? What you just said is very true. Like, that is facts. That might give me a reason to start playing a new team just because of that. There's no major for a while. I'm kind of just chilling right now. Never get for a while. It's all new. We're still waiting on the new season.
That's slightly late push block from Sundula, sort of delaying the
I saw that
frame, making it
this
so
all
they
flash.
grab I like the choice of the EX there. It's a little tough to figure out whether or not the 6S would still combos. The EX making it nice and safe. The Super cleaning it up in the end. Dula tying it up on Carrot. Drewchuck up on Sword Meter and Super Meter. Gotta be careful. Patient neutral there. That's not quite close enough for the 2L.
Are you finally ready to turn yourself in? Maximum!
Not a very good matchup for Goldar.
I love the way that Drew was playing. He did not want to commit to jumping because he knew like, oh yeah, everyone's coming out. But then Drewchuck just freaking EX.
I swear, we all know that Drewchuck loves to EX. He just knows when to do it. It is impressive. Do it.
Oh man, okay, a lot of drops right now.
Calm, patient, neutral. Don't shoot the gun. You're gonna get super. Airblade plus the fifth, except the assist.
Oh my goodness, these air players, man.
I'm not finished.
Airblade plus the
The breaking bad league. You can't keep getting away with this. Freaking air players.
So we got requests in the chat. They want to see another airblade. I mean, you got Decrash is a pretty good substitute, right? Yeah, dead dog.
Yeah, and get the character.
I mean, that's good. Not to have manual. Ooh, missed push block gets caught by the 6-8. Gotta be careful, the ground bounce has been used here. Not the OTG bounce. Let's see if you recognize it. Drops it anyway.
Oh no.
I need more quantum power.
Formation sword.
Easy finish. He had enough time to wait and recognize when the swords from the Mega Goldar activation disappeared, and then pick up with the 2H.
Sometimes it benefits by having a throw with the long animation, right?
Yeah, hey, sometimes you just gotta chill out, calm down, feel out the situation a bit. Drewchuck, we know Drewchuck's a big fan of reversal EX, but you know, sometimes you gotta take it slow, and he's doing a good job of it.
Yeah.
Reversal EX and up forward plus airblade. I mean, Drewchuck's playing 3 characters with some of the best jump specials in the game.
Ooh, it's not fire right there.
I don't know if he was trying to charge up the ignition number, but that was a clean finish. Easy finish. You just gotta do RJ things, exclamation RJ, and the Akara. Up forward.
Are you finally ready to turn yourself in?
He out of the corner there.
Yeah.
Doubly out of the corner. Gotta be careful. Up back right out of UH, but you want your toes there. 5L from Dog is so good.
Defender of the gap.
Okay, he starts.
Happy birthday.
Classic. RJ does something, gets hit, presses the You're not an RJ player unless you're well equipped to punish a random EX. Oh, but that 2M5S works so consistently on the big bodies like Goldar and
Yeah, and Dula kind of hesitated on the punish afterwards. He just got the first himself right after.
Old reversal EX, we did it back again.
Oh no.
Yo, rewind.
Yeah, this looking bad. Should be a big character.
I need more quantum power.
Easy. We got all the states used.
Quantum displays.
God.
Cross up. It don't matter. It don't matter.
Quantum displays.
It just works. You press buttons with Eric and sometimes it just works. Drewchuck on set point right now. We'll see. Is Dula gonna switch? How we feeling? Duelo, you gonna switch? You're dropping a few combos here and there with both Draken and Dog. He's taking a second to think about it at least.
Yeah.
Hey, Jackal, ride or die on the winner's side, man.
Think about switching teams mid-tournament, because, like, all right, you can do it right now, but, like, if you lose game 3, you're still going to be salty.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I just lost game 3 and I switched. Oh, man. At least if you played the other team and you lose, you're like, I would have won that if I had my real team.
It's the OS.
Yeah, it's the option select. And then you do this, you don't have the option select as much.
Yeah, Duelo back on his main stuff.
If he does win it, you're like, oh yeah, I'm OD. I just basically 3 overs.
Whoa. Maximum.
Watch the neutral. Jumping, playing patient, nice and slow. Just sort of playing a very similar neutral game plan, at least on the surface, to someone like Gimmicks. Although Drewchuck being a little bit more aggressive,
Any last words?
trying to press it forward a little bit more.
I'm scared. You see that jumping up to Eric, right? Not the combo, just the move.
It don't matter, we still got that 2Ls.
Yeah. That's on the face, so we should be able to find this place,
We're not going for the dash.
And may the power
Flip out.
Looking out.
5.
Oh no, he wasn't even there.
Quantum
Yeah. Oh,
This is
sword
lower.
counter. Nice and clean. Set back to neutral. I tried to jump into Eric, but he said
Oh, what a tragedy.
so weird. Good pickup. But we know. We know him.
That almost been good. Like I'm
EX. Nice and easy done. Yo, Drew. Yo, put his cards on the table. Laid him down. The liver died by the match.
Exactly. That's one of those situations like if he got hit there, punished, he probably loses the game. But he's willing to take that risk.
That's another situation where, like, if it hits, like, man, I'm godly.
Yeah.
Like, you get the right read.
Ooh, no, yeah, let's go finish it.
The change. I guess not.
No.
Don't do this.
The beam not falling out.
Give two. This is so obnoxious against the Happy Birthday with Magna. He's going for it. He had Zord. He could have taken the easy with him. Scorpina drops. Gotta call Zord right away.
Yeah, at this point, like, you know.
Oh, if he had just led.
Megazord ready.
Gotta be careful.
Trying to get it throw.
Drewchuck pulling out that happy birthday. A little shaky choosing to go for the full combo rather than the...
Yeah, I really thought at any point he was going to call the Zord, right?
I mean, that's the easy way out. That's the clean and simple finish. Because RJ Zord routes on happy birthdays even are so simple. You just hard knock. You do like 5 and call the OTG, whatever it might be, and you call it a day. But Duel was playing solid. Just had an unfortunate assist call in the very end, right there. Drewchuck 3-0, going to be facing off against Fear Chimera in the winners semifinals. Should be moving on to our winners semifinals as well. It's top 8 winner side: Fear Chimera, Drewchuck, and Devious Ways versus Mega Isaac. I presume we'll be getting Mega Isaac up next versus Devious Ways. In the meantime, we are still rocking the Matcherino. Exclamation Matcherino in the chat. Use the code BFTG311 to donate a free 50 cents to the pot. We're over $50 59.20 on my screen, which is fantastic. All this money going directly to the players, just by watching or supporting, doing us a service, being homies, as it were. But it would mean a lot to us and our players if you just hit up that link, !Matcherino, in the chat. Always gonna shill for the homies. But Devious Waves versus Mega Isaac. I believe Devious just taking a quick break, but I wasn't able to watch Across the Grid all that much. I don't remember if I got to see Devious Waves versus Mega Isaac this past weekend.
Mm-hmm. I didn't actually catch that because I was playing, but I caught like the end of it.
I'm gonna go through the Matcherino history. Let's see how they played last time. There's the let me pull up that previous bracket. But Drewchuck versus Fear as well on the other side. We've seen that tons of times. Where is it? Is it where the hell?
Which bracket are you talking about?
I'm trying to look at the Across the Grid. Here, let me Across the Grid 3. There it is. Pulling it up. I'm just trying to see how our homies played. Where is it? It was 3-2. Devious Ways taking it over Mega.
It's game 5, yeah.
So it's gonna be a close one, or at least it was previously a close one. So we're on the run back, which is nice. A redemption arc for Isaac. Which, actually, I think they got the rematch on the Across the Grid. Let me take a closer look.
No, they didn't.
Oh,
because I played Devious and Losers.
Yeah. Devious was eliminated 3-0 by Technique. And what a fantastic player, that Technique.
He's all right.
He's sticking to his guns, playing some clean Trey and Red characters that we don't see too much of. Here we have it, Devious Waves versus Mega Isaac. We're on the onset. Setting up, got that on. Playing right off the bat.
Just by the way that Isaac plays, I could see him getting that set up like pretty much every game, honestly.
Yeah, Isaac is actually very adaptable as a player. Forget the clean hits. Happy birthday. Draken's is sort of hiding in the back, but he's still there.
Yeah, smart stuff, man. That's just going to get a lot of damage here.
Gotta use your poison.
Beautiful. Guess we're Draken. Okay. Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm doing a lot of damage. He was able to get the hit on
He's just getting killer. Captain Corridor.
Punish, yo. I just getting read like a book right now. Hold on.
Slash.
Oh, you didn't get a second hit.
Yeah, that low to the ground is a little tricky.
I'm not gonna lie, instead of that Jackal, he was looking like he unsure of a lot. Like maybe it was familiarity with me and the character, but like it was looking a little shaky for him. But he was looking good so far, but he's gonna kill his
two characters.
Yeah.
Oh, both?
This is gonna hurt.
But he's trying to press that 2L. We get the E's as well. Tit for tat, 2 happy birthdays. But that reversible EX from Devious coming in clutch.
Oh yeah. The battle for the good game 5% won. All these happy birthdays left and right. Characters dying.
Hey, this game is best of 5 for a reason.
Oh yeah, and it's a beautiful one. Imagine, like in Japan, they run best of 1 for some of their tournaments. I couldn't do it.
There was the URC single elimination best of one
Yeah,
tournament
yeah.
way back when. I don't remember. It was like December or
wild,
something,
man.
November maybe. I don't know. Regardless,
I think it was December. Yeah.
those are like the crazy tournaments. You never know what's gonna happen because these games are so volatile.
Exactly.
Tick throw. Doesn't go for the back throw, which is can't combo, but is tough connection. Reflect. No, we just jumped him.
He's just playing it slow. He's like, hey, I don't have to push.
I mean, we just trying to play honest neutral here.
Here I come.
See,
Oh, we forgot.
honest
Forgot about
neutral.
that.
Honest neutral. Isaac just got hit by a mid. If you get hit by a mid, that's honest.
Yeah, can't do it, bro. I mean, he's looking clean right now. Honestly, look super clean.
Ready, Rangers?
Got set up with Scorpina. Blocks. Ooh, the cross up.
Isaac just playing a little too close. Wasn't ready for that layer dash. Right through. He got something close to the score.
Yeah. Scorpina's doing a lot of work right now. Using her as a damage factor. You don't see a ton of people doing that, actually. She seems like a really good.
That was so strange.
Set up with autism.
Anti-air. Nice and clean. Circuit solve. Tag again. Saving those states. Scorpina, very strong at working with states that a lot of characters
Isaac got caught by that every single time.
So that was all devious. That entire
Yeah. Devious is a big fan of using the dash for stuff like that. I guess definitely, I mean, at this point, I'm not saying it's underrated, but not a ton of people use it in neutral too much.
underutilized, maybe.
Yeah, for sure.
It's such an interesting tool, especially when you have assists available. The setups are so clean. Devious was just catching Isaac blocking and blocking the wrong direction too.
Yeah.
2, 1, fight!
Into it. Set point that dash jump forward. We're adapting on the round side. We got practice it, so one overhead or a grab.
The blocks. Oh, but he got caught by Jason, but did not confirm.
Auto pressure on the fly.
Take that save.
Grab punish. We're going for gonna get a Jason mix up here.
Ooh, the block.
Trying to hit him with the Isaac, but Devious isn't gonna fight. He's not a match.
Oh, yo, that was almost sick. He like dashed in and dashed out. Got the cross up.
Full Zord. Just keeping it simple. Going right into the full Zord confirmation. Doesn't want to worry about any sort of
Super. Keep it simple.
so nice.
This method. Keep it simple. Stupid. Put the pressure on. You'll lose a lot of blue life.
That's the dash jump there. Do we shimmy? Classic Street Fighter 5. We're playing Shoto news. We're throwing fireballs, waiting for the anti-airs. Dash through. Good block.
Oh my goodness. Yep. Could have got it. Not blocking low right there. Some tag out tap with the 5-8.
Didn't work for the tag. I think get the wall bounce again.
Shadow Saber!
Going for the simple consistent combo.
Oh man, is this gonna be a 3-0? He just looking super clean right now.
Good block.
Oh my goodness, and again, he gets him with the dash through. Like, if you're playing against somebody that you know is gonna block, so good.
I'm surprised Isaac isn't throwing out that 2L, because Isaac is so good at fishing out with those hits on the 2L.
Basically, you want to say he's a match.
Isaac is 100%.
Yeah.
He's just a masher in a different way. He's mashing 2L right.
This is gonna be great.
Megazord ready.
He's finishing it off.
The 3-0 on Mega Isaac. He's up on sets against Isaac in these recent tournaments, man. Maybe there's something that he's doing that's catching him off. I know Isaac hates Zed. I know that for sure. So maybe that could be it.
I guess it's just perhaps a good player matchup for Devious. Regardless, 3-0 is impressive.
Surprising.
And
Yeah.
not just 3-0, a commanding 3-0. Second and third games were all Devious the entire time.
Sure.
Yep. For those of you watching, this is Downtown Beatdown Online. Running Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. We just got our first half of winter semis. We're going to take a short break first before we get our second half. But in the meantime, you can hit that exclamation Matcherino in the chat. Use the code BFTG311. Have BFTG311 in order to donate a free 50 cents to the pot. But also, we're going to pay some quick bills. We got Low Kick Online, run by the homies. They're always running it. I believe the last Friday of the month is going, or last or second to last Friday of the month for LKO Battle for the Grid. But they're running every Tuesday and every Friday at 7:30 Central. And
last Friday, yeah.
Yeah, they're cycling through a bunch of really great games.
Downtown Beatdown, Mortal Kombat 11, Ultimate, be on March 20th. I believe that's the next. Oh no, the Saturday before that. But yeah, before that, check out that Matcherino. Support the Mortal Kombat community. Support Downtown Beatdown.
Yeah, another game with great online. But shifting gears in terms of online, I've been rocking some DBFZ tournaments hosted by CIFGC pretty consistently since lockdown, at least once a month. And this month, Sunday, March 21st at 3 p.m. Central for the PS4 bracket.
And it's one of the few, but yeah, it's like one of the few Illinois tournaments in general.
Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta will be legal at this next tournament. So if you want to get some competitive experience with a character that only just dropped, why not pull up? It is region locked to the Midwest. You can check the tournament page. I believe it'll be it's on the screen for you right there. Just to check your availability to enter the tournament. But I definitely hope to see you there. Dragon Ball's a fantastic game to watch and incredibly pretty.
Right, Injustice 2. Yo, Downtown Beatdown is out here with the tournaments. Injustice 2 Legendary Edition. It'll be on March 27th. If we check that out. PS4, free to enter.
Oh, got that Matcherino. Doing a great job with those rollback tournaments. CIFGC holding a consistent cast of games for those of you watching to enter. Injustice 2, incredible game. Super fun to watch. And Rarities Unlimited, consistent sponsor of a lot of our recent tournaments. And just we here at the Central Illinois FGC definitely like to thank Rarity Unlimited for sponsoring so many of the tournaments. It's a fantastic online store selling vintage comic books, video games, movies, and so much more. You can see them on Facebook and see what they have to offer. They've definitely been holding it down, supporting the homies. So big shout out to them, and thanks for helping us out.
All right. Gonna hop back into some Battle for the Grid action.
Yeah, we should have a lobby remade and our next match stepping up soon. Fear Chimera versus Drewchuck. They definitely played recently. I think they played at Across the Grid or Colossus Coliseum, one of the two. It's just the whole. I'm just thinking about like the Goldars, you know. Drewchuck's been on Goldar forever.
I know that Fear has like an infinite amount of hatred for the NorCal guys. I'm pretty sure he calls out Drewchuck every time they play.
I mean, it's the
About it.
NorCal SoCal rivalry, man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Nonetheless,
That's always fun.
yeah, Fear's been consistently taking it over Drewchuck in the past. Rocking the Tommy centric. Tommy centric. Yeah, this is what he played that tournament at Jackal.
Yeah.
Good combos, good routing, going for the hard stuff. We have to go for one hard route. Goes for the reset.
Yeah, that was not
Looks like I have to bail you out.
Yeah, it's allowed Drewchuck to react to it in the air. So that acts.
Yeah, similar to what Adidas did earlier, right? He did the overhead off the Z5H.
What a roll, Drewchuck. I don't know, not blocking, mashing, something, getting flipped. Fear Chimera, one of the few Tommy players that I know. Even really any character that he plays that will threaten you, but even when you know you have to walk through it. Oh, speaking of overheads, he's swanging out here. Into the corner, we're going for the
0 in on my coordinates.
reset. Rock this time, good stuff. Happy birthday. The wolf wheel only hit the assistance. Oh, you got one block forever. That was tricky. That was tricky.
Assists like that, like obviously you know you see Isaac all the time with Dragon, but assists like that, look at the DP assists, are so scary.
Yeah,
Sandwich.
being able to cover vertical space in a game where anti-airs are as weak as they are. They're not unusable, but anti-airs definitely could use a bit of a positive adjustment in my opinion. Those vertical assists like Draken and Zed are very good when you're up close.
2, 1.
In the corner.
Maximum.
Neutralizing projectile here, playing the neutral. Enough hits to break through the armor.
Pop on the 5F.
I've got this.
Only hitting the one hit Z5 is a bit tricky to confirm from what I can tell. Yeah, we ain't got RJ, but we still got a heat try. Crushing them good. My God. This color is so hard. I don't know how he does it so consistently online. Oh, Airblade plus assist. So that was a true situation. That was a true shot. You either gotta meaty that man on incoming with Eric, or you just stay grounded. I swear.
Yo, but Zed is getting rocks off right now. Good jump out. He's gonna punish the airblade. Who turned this airblade so much?
0 in on my coordinates.
I mean,
My goodness.
Drewchuck airblading like it's still 2.0. It's still good.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's amazing. That move is always gonna be good, but it's just understand.
A call out. It's just a bit of a strange option against a character like Zed, for instance, because Zed is a
jumping a lot.
because that's a very grounded character. His grounded buttons are amazing. If you're taking it, that second game, moving on to set point real quick.
Yeah. Good.
3, 2, 1.
I mean,
Fight.
there was a call out way back then, not by Drewchuck, but Jackal called out Fear for saying that he's carried by Jen. But
0 in on my
he's doing pretty good without her.
Oh yeah.
able to change it to that said yes. So damage. Oh, reflected. We're aware of the Bulldog options. Yo, Tommy JH is a good butt, dude.
Tom's a little bit more mentioned it, but they're very strong.
Zero in on my coordinates.
Yeah, we're getting right into the Tiger Sword. Missiles. We scoot back in.
Oh, drop, but pretty much took it away.
Come on, dude. That was so easy. Mash EX, dude. Just mash EX. If there's an opening and you're right in front of him, you're gonna chip it.
You can get a character?
You can't let him land. Oh, happy birthday!
No. Not like this. Oh, he got him out of the corner.
Yeah, he already used the OTG 6M off of that EX, so he had to go for the back fist in order to keep both characters, or you commit to only hitting one character at a time. So Drewchuck seemed to be going for a route that he consistently uses when he has Zord up, but as he didn't have it, he already used it to kill the previous character. Perhaps he got confused. Regardless, he couldn't have finished that combo the way he routed it. And Fear taking it 3-0 over Drewchuck using one of his alternate teams. Going to be playing Devious Ways in Winners Finals. Just some updates on the loser side of the bracket. Jackal took it 3-2 over Logan 22. Logan doing pretty solid, it seems.
Yeah, good stuff. And then Mark's gonna take it 3-2 over Sundula.
Mark 3-2 over Dula. Gotta wonder. Mark's been grinding a lot, been showing up as much as they can.
But yeah. So Jackal's gonna go up against Drewchuck, I believe, and then
yeah. So we're Mark and Omega Black currently playing off stream. We're gonna be running Winners Finals after a short break. Give our players in Winners Finals at least a bit of a break. Give y'all an opportunity to, of course, use the Matrino. But regardless, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in a few minutes. And we're back. We're still rocking the Power Rangers Battle for the Grid tournament. We're gonna be moving on to winners finals real quick. It's gonna be Fear Chimera, Crescent Chimera versus Devious Ways. It's gonna be a good match. It's always fun to watch Devious play. And admittedly, right now, it's kind of a toss-up as to who Fear is gonna pick.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. Honestly.
And Fear ran the Goldar versus Killer Waffles. That was on stream. And he ran the Tommy Sentry Z versus Drewchuck. Made it look nice and clean. It's gonna be interesting. I swear, if we get Jackal into grand finals versus Fear, and Fear plays the
side teams.
the Tommy Sentry Z, it's gonna be strange. I feel like, I don't know. I guess Jackal's gonna have to play his main team too, because he might just be rocking the side team today. We don't know who he played against, Crazy Fool or Logan. Regardless, I mean, Jackal's side team is very interesting.
Yeah, it is a cool team. I definitely like the synergy in the team too. Like, I think as we saw in a set and by Omega Black, that Trini and Scorpina have some pretty good synergy. He lets Trini get those full combos, and just in neutral, he lets Trini do a little bit more. So it's definitely cool to see.
Scorpina just does a great job on support against so many with so many characters. Anyway, she has one of the best assists in the game, as well as
probably the best.
Yeah, I mean, it's up there. Like, top assists are like Jen, Lauren, Scorpina, and Ignition Knuckle from RJ. If you get the Ignition Knuckle, and Scorpina's the round trip assist is also one of the best assists in the game too.
That is pretty crazy, man. All these new characters got 2 assists and stuff. Can they just give everybody 2 assists? My goodness.
And the only characters that have it are Eric, RJ, and Scorpina.
Yeah.
Characters like Zed, Blue, and Slayer, while they don't have alternate assists, they can look different on their assists depending on their installs. Like Zed 4S, he's got the lightning jacket. Blue has 5S stocks also give the lightning jacket, and then the knock on 5S. So from Slayer. Other than that, like, a lot of the alternate assists that characters have are all really good. Like the Eric quantum displace or whatever, the sword install 6S as an assist, the round trip, and the ignition knuckle, all phenomenal assists.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I remember I played RJ way back when RJ released. I was having a lot of fun with him. A big part of my game plan, especially because Sentry didn't have the EX shot yet, it was setting up that ignition knuckle and just play zoning.
Yeah.
Even in the phone booth. Ignition knuckle's so good, and if it hits the opponent, it leads to a kill.
Pretty
it's
much.
Insane. Oh, guaranteed. It is guaranteed a kill.
Especially if you swap in the RJ,
Yeah, you hit him with the RJ assist, you swap into RJ, you do, I mean, back then you do literally anything and the opponent dies, but you do like a reasonably optimal combo, and the opponent just dies. They just disappear. Still waiting on Fear Chimera and Devious. Nope. Here we have them right now. They slipped in. Fear going for his Goldar team.
Fight. Yeah, that's interesting.
Snipes the 4 Icinia there. patient neutral going in. Cross up, good block from Devious, blocking the cross up low. By just the shots out of the 2M there. We're going for some higher damaging routes, the corner specific. EX, not enough to kill. Getting around. No wait, not able to tag out yet. Using that very smart.
Yeah, gonna get some time to get swap out.
Fear Chimera looked like he was trying to snipe out Zed after that 5S call, but he's a little too quick. That's
Time for it.
unblocking.
Ooh, Genesis coming up right there. Get that hit and tag in.
The speed off of the Zed and Draken, it's so good. Hard stuff.
Thanks for coming.
Right there.
I'm bringing you the justice.
Blocks for the fears. Oh my goodness, chaos.
Miss Purple. Punish that shadow threat.
Oh man. Oh, that's a hit.
You don't like
Both players on Sword.
Punish on the bed, yep.
That was very fun. The invincibility from the EX got through the second half of the Z EX.
Anti-air? Combo.
Anti-air and Goldar is so hard. The youth didn't sign up for today's tournament, so we haven't seen as many anti-air with the flying monkey.
Okay, we can get fun right here. Yeah, and like it's been a ton of scrambles. Like a ton of scrambles, but it seems like they're even making the most out of it when it does get them.
Fear is so good at navigating scrambles. And a well-placed EX will just make it right through. Devious hasn't been so successful with his, but Fear's just taking it to the bank now.
Yeah, good stuff. Gonna get to win one. All three characters will attack.
Alright, one up, Fear Chimera. There were a few stray hits from Devious, but just unfortunate failures to fully convert into anything. It's just the ball was in Fear's court in Fear's control the entire time.
Alright, so going two. So they haven't seen it.
Round start ice in. Just trying to establish the neutral. Gets caught by the Central. Perhaps it'll confuse us with the left side. Goldar was on the swoop.
Yeah, that Genesis. Oh, we
I mean, one assist is all you care about.
Exactly right.
JSL? I swear, you hold up 7, 8, and any direction, it don't matter, and just roll the dice to figure out what button to press with Goldar. They're all good options.
Ooh, yeah, like you were saying. That 50-50.
Yeah, the cross-up JH off of the float dash from Scorpina is incredibly volatile.
I'll take it easy on you.
Goldar
Drop the combo.
Eyes on target.
Yeah, I like that down pollution right here.
Running away from the gen missiles, that's the strategy that I personally like to use.
Ooh, I like that. Jump up off, and then Scorpina 6, and punish the sentry. And the reset, good blocks.
That was clean. Defender. 4H to keep the combo going. Oh, careful.
Alright. Oh, just it though.
Not quite close to the corner.
He's been bodied. Oh no! So he was 100% panicked because Scorpina's been bodied. He was like, oh, I gotta stop this combo. He was like, yes, no. It went sour from there. My goodness.
I gotta think. Devious, I expected that 4H that slipped out from Devious ways there. Missed grab. Probably would have paid off, but Fear Chimera. Quick second game. That that Zord combo That Zord pickup on the assist was very unfortunate.
Yeah, definitely a turning point.
He's taking a quick moment to recompose. Fear on set point, poised to make the grand finals, as he often is.
For sure. Formality at this point, right?
Yeah, I call him Mr. First Place for a reason, man.
Yeah. Alright, so game 3. See if we can get some W's, because we haven't played well. Like, I like this 3.
Oh, happy birthday! 5HH. Just wilding out here. Devious ways.
You can go for a lot of recess with dog.
I mean, you can kill.
Yeah.
I guess Devious is confident enough in his ability to do so, but Reset has failed to open up Fear yet.
Yeah, like some players, like, you know, Reset is sometimes not the way to go because they're so good at defense. You might as well go for the opposite.
Dog combos are just so hard, though.
Exactly. Wow, this is really tough.
Good block. Quick pickup. We got 1 assist on deck. This is gonna be right when I'm talking about it. Commentators, I swear it's self-fulfilled.
This is not over. He gets his kill on gold, though. He doesn't have gold. He can check another character right after.
It's Scorpina, so touching a character is death. Hopefully. He was hitting that EX right when he landed on the ground. Landing on the ground resets your block stun. So once you land, you're no longer blocking. You just do whatever the heck you want. And Fear just smashing that EX, making it all the way. Moving on to Grand Finals.
Yeah. Good. Looks like Omega Black beat Mark 3-2.
Yeah, Omega Black taking it over Mark. Isaac and Obi playing off stream. I presume Drewchuck and Jackal also. So we're gonna be waiting on those results in the future. So they'll be the winners of those two will likely be our next match on stream. Mega Isaac versus Omega Black. Another fun and interesting match to watch, because I mean watching Omega Black is just it's just watching Omega Black is always a pleasure. It's simultaneously some of the most fun I have watching Battle for the Grid and the most stressful that I am watching Battle for the Grid, because that he is the living incarnation of chaos in this game.
Yeah, it's always been that way too. Like I remember, because I already knew Omega back. Well, I kind of knew him back in like Frosty last year, right? And then like I remember watching him play a couple matches off stream, like in between my matches, and I was like, man, this guy's pretty wild. I remember thinking that back then. It was just kind of crazy seeing like that's still how he plays. Love that stuff,
And
man.
he's a tournament regular, so seeing him on stream, not uncommon. Especially in the early days of Battle for the Grid, there were like 5 or 6 players that sign up for every tournament for the online era. It was like Fear, Los Teresa, Omega Black, you, Logan22, Drewchuck. Those are like the first names you see signing up for every tournament.
Yeah, pretty much.
And we just seeing Omega Black plays, even seeing him evolve, he's like slowly getting better combos, but just when we got the Zord meter, I instantly thought that like there is no bigger buff to any one player than to Omega Black.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's like being able to use more Zord is just ridiculous. Because when we got Zord meters, there wasn't that big of a change in the duration. There's a slight change between the 1 and 2 Megazord Ultra, but they still lasted forever. And Omega Black would just run up and chip you like Trini 5S Dragonzord tail, Trini 5S Dragonzord tail, Gen missiles, just keep going for it, on and on. It was honestly kind of hilarious. There were definitely some times seeing Omega Black playing, even just me playing against Omega Black, just running into them randomly in a lobby or in ranked or something is just, we play neutral, just get a few stray tags, he gets Zord, and then suddenly I'm on like 50% health on all of my characters, and he hasn't even hit me once. In the reverse, on the other side, Omega Isaac been, since 2.4 or whatever, since the Lorne patch, he's been entering pretty much every tournament that he can, trying to get a spot in the league finals, which has been paying off, of course.
Yeah, it was pretty cool to see because he's definitely like from the jump and one of the most dedicated fans to this game. So seeing him getting there has been pretty cool. I remember when like he got to that point, like he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna enter everything now," and he is technically in there right now. He's number 7, so like it has been working out. He's kind of committed to it, kind of like with Fear, like another player that just said like, "All right, I'm about to get in the grid rankings," and then he did. So pretty cool stuff.
Missing those majors, missing like Frosty Fausting's 2020 was like such a huge blow to the players that want to be in top 8, want to compete, and then suddenly everything's online now, and the point system has kind of become diluted with a near overabundance of tournaments. Sort of just having so many events, giving the players opportunities to get points is just made it so easy just to accumulate points here and there, and just even just making it with like the grind. Now we've gotten 5 majors under our belt, and not getting top 4 at a major is a huge blow to anyone who wants to maintain a top placing.
Yeah. And then like I'm sure like the last chance qualifier is gonna be a doghouse. Like I don't think anybody wants to like bet on that on their way to make it in, right? So definitely been cool to see the players like put in more work to try to get in that top 7 spot.
It's gonna be a long time before we get to the finals, even, because we're still, obviously, we're doing online tournaments exclusively. Maybe Enway, if they have the infrastructure and maybe some help from Hasbro, to do an offline finals where they invite the players, something like Final Combat.
Yeah.
Although Final Combat was like right on the onset of this whole ordeal. It was
It
like
was
early
literally,
March
yeah.
or something.
I remember that week. Like I remember we were still having like Ignite weeklies and stuff like that. I think that was like a day before. Like we had the Ignite Skokie like the day before or something like that. I remember some of the Mortal Kombat guys were there playing casuals and stuff.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what Enway has in store. There's still 2 more majors, I believe.
Yeah.
I think it would have been interesting, a little bit more interesting, in order for the logistics of it. I think it would have been. I think maybe the players would have been a little bit more satisfied if it was, rather than points to qualify, it was tournaments to qualify, like the Dragon Ball qualifiers or Capcom Cup.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Like the person who won, and then you got it.
Yeah, it's like something along the lines of a single tournament. Anyone who enters that one tournament is eligible to get a spot, but only the person who takes the victory, who the first place player, gets a spot in the finals. And then you can run a few other qualifiers. You can even make it so that like oh no, top 2 run 8 tournaments, top 2 qualifies, and then you have a group stage that caps out to top 8 like they did at the final Red Bull final summoning last February 2020.
Yeah, but that's the thing. There is always flaws in that too. Because like I don't know if you remember, but Kazunoko won like 5 of them or something like that. So there had to be like 5 or 6 last chance qualifiers just to get the
Yeah,
other spots.
that
Like
was
4 or 5.
that was ridiculous.
That was
That was
crazy.
the very first Dragon Ball finals was like that.
Yeah.
Kazunoko just won like
I mean, they only had 1, right? Yeah.
yeah, and then they had like 4 last chance qualifiers. I think they had 2 because one was in like Las Vegas and one was in France.
Those are actual event, like the majors. Last chance qualifiers are all during the like those like the day before the actual finals.
Yeah,
They had like 4 of them in one day.
yeah, that was the very first time. But
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Fighters released like what 2018. They had their finals late 2018, early 2019, and then early 2020 is when they had the
Oh yeah, offline.
second
Yeah.
second season finals in
Mm-hmm. Was it France?
France. It was France,
Yeah.
yeah. Goichi finally took it, which was
Mm-hmm.
kind of cathartic to watch personally.
Yeah. But like you were saying before, though, like yeah, there's a bit of downtime. I know they've been kind of asking around about what could be a major stop. So I think it's kind of obvious that Combo Breaker will probably be the last one, right? But, or
I
if
don't know.
if there isn't one before it.
Combo Breaker is my next. I've got my eyes on Combo Breaker at being like the
Yeah.
next big tournament for Battle for the Grid.
Exactly.
Because
Yeah.
Combo Breaker was on the tour last year, but it was Combo Breaker got canceled, of course, and it was too late to organize anything online. However, season 3, the first RJ trailer, or the only RJ trailer, first RJ trailer, the teaser or whatever, was revealed at Combo Breaker 2020.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then it was supposed to be like Frosty Fausting's first attack. One of the California regionals, NCR, SCR, maybe Anime Ascension or something, I don't remember. One of the California big tournaments. CEO, Evo, maybe NCR and SCR. I don't quite remember. Combo Breaker. They were supposed to have 7 major tournaments, and then the offline finals were going to be held at Evo, which was shut down for reasons that are well known across the board.
All right, looks like we do have one update. Looks like Drewchuck was able to take it over Jackal. So we're gonna be waiting on the winner of Isaac and Omega Black. They're gonna be going up against Drewchuck in semis.
Yep. And regardless of whether or not Jackal was sticking to his guns on the Trini Scorpina team, I would have liked to see that. Jackal, always fun to watch, very smart and intelligent player. Drewchuck kind of wild sometimes, but he's been chilling, He's been calming down. He's not as much reversal EX, but it still slips through the cracks here and there.
Yeah, and he's been doing really good lately, I will say. He's been getting a lot of like top 4 placements, stuff like that. So good stuff to Drewchuck.
And we're still waiting. I think we just got our last update actually, but we still have the Matcherino running. Matcherino's $61.40. Be sure to use the code BFTG311 to donate free 50 cents to the pot. All of that going directly to the players. Should be sponsor quests as well. Use the exclamation point. I use the command !Matcherino in the chat to check that link out. But yeah, we already got a hefty prize pool going towards the players as far as a standard grid tournament goes. Turns out Isaac takes it 3-2 over Omega Black. So we're gonna be seeing Isaac versus Drewchuck. So it's been a little more back and forth recently between Isaac and Drewchuck. I believe Isaac was I think Isaac took the last set between the two, but I do not quite remember. Regardless, both strong players. They both. It could easily go either way between the two. Drewchuck's dropped a few combos earlier on stream versus Fear, but we'll see how he fares against Isaac. When Drewchuck is playing his best, it is incredibly scary.
Yeah, like his team, I've said this time. I think that's one of the best teams. Like that, all three of those characters complement each other extremely well, and they just blow you up every time they hit you. So yeah, I could definitely agree with that.
The Seismo cancel out the fireball. I don't think I've actually seen. I don't think I've seen that.
Oh, I'm not finished yet.
Tagged in and the charge 6S, the last hit of it hit the tippy toe barging there. That was so whack.
I've seen Drewchuck go for that a lot. Like he'll tag in Goldar and then try to throw when there's still in block for him. I don't know if that's like trying to fake you out or what.
I've seen a lot of Goldars go for that because of the forward momentum, the forward movement from the Goldars just puts you in a position to throw the opponent. And if you catch them jumping with the assist, once they land, they can immediately. And sometimes, if you're just in their face with it and your point character is behind, then you can just catch them just not thinking about it and get them offside. But he's messed it up a few times. He's been successful about 50-50 with it right now, but that E hit from Isaac going to be able to take it into the sword and finish off Goldar. Easy. Gonna have to spend that bar, but well worth it. Really any character. That deep pressure getting caught by the Isaac. Isaac just doing the Isaac once more, but not on incoming here.
Are you finally ready to turn yourself in?
Oh, almost getting the punishment headshot. Lose a character for it. Good blocks from Drewchuck right there.
Easy side switch combo. Right to the corner. This is Eric Myers. He does have 2 bars.
I need more quantum power. Formation sword.
Easy stuff. Doesn't want to mess up. Going right into the woods. We don't need 0 to get a win.
Finish sequence.
Done. Down to his last character, but Isaac.
How about a double overhead? Yeah, he's not blocking high.
The 4 of them?
Alright, so like, usually when I see Eric players play more combos, I never really get it, but they always the same. But I could tell that was kind of whack. It was someone that knows nothing about it. That did look whack.
That was the Boombot Classic. We all know the people love the JLM. We're lucky that Akara isn't in the chat right now, because he would be mauling.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm 100% sure he would be upset.
100%.
I'm gonna get that first game.
Easy finish. A bit shaky on the start, quite back and forth. Drewchuck making it all the way to the end. Finishing off with that Eric. Nice and clean. 1-up. I've seen these players go all the way to Game 5, and if they ever played an extended set, I wouldn't be surprised to see it go the distance. But we're
yeah, for sure.
Early on here. Nice and respectful from outside. Not going for the H here. Had that assist back up, but getting the 2H against Eric Myers. Got to be careful with your launchers. Scooting up, nice and clean. Crispy movement from Isaac.
And the reset, gonna catch him right there. Losing Eric early, not what you want to see.
I mean, losing any character early against Isaac is intimidating because he's got exactly that. What we just saw. This tricky incoming setup.
Yeah.
I'm feeling a
matter how many
reset.
times.
Super into reset, into cross up. I'm calling it now. It's in my bones. He's got the red assist. Fake cross up. I don't know if that was intentional or not. Oh, scooting away. Nice and patient neutral. Defense.
Might have been waiting for the Zord or something there.
I was just trying to play neutral the way that Isaac plays neutral. Just back off, wait for the assist to come back, then dash jump plus assist.
Whoa.
Oh my god, bro. Drewchuck, Magic EX. One combo, my goodness. Oh man, he's trying to get the hit right here.
Isaac's just kind of bullying him, just running away.
Any means necessary. Drewchuck gonna get the kill, but Isaac's gonna get the hit right here.
Now this is a kill. This is clean. This is super EX. It's Isaac tying it up 1-to-1 with
Ice stuff. Yeah. Gonna even it up 1-1.
just dashing around, just getting away from that Drewchuck RJ. Gotta be a little frustrating. Let me hit you, goddamn. Right into it. They're not waiting. We got fish sticks on board, 1-to-1.
3, 2, 1. Fight.
Playing the neutral. Did the armor from the 5-inch eat the fireball?
Any last
Oh,
words?
that was such a big happy birthday. Drewchuck dropped it.
Sword
Beautiful.
already?
Yeah, happy birthday, bro. You were so quick.
Yeah, sword does build on the percentage of damage a team does.
And that was a smart EX. So this stuff from Drewchuck right here should be able to get the kill on Tommy.
Yeah, it was a smart EX, an Eric EX. It's like 10 seconds on it, so it is so long, goddamn. Oh, grab, there it is. He waited just a fraction of a second longer and it worked.
Yeah, good stuff.
Go JLM for the people. He does it with Goldar too.
I need more quantum power.
Well, accidental tag out tech, but it don't matter. Saw the wall bounce. Nice and clean. This is right as I saw. I like this. I like the idea of the sword count. There's been a lot of damage to Eric Myers though. Fails to punish.
You and your weapons are no match for me.
There it is again. You were talking about it earlier, and it's working out for Drewchuck. Trying his best to hit here, but to no avail. Backing up. Wolf Wheel establishing space, threatening any sort of hit. This is like a 6-touch game for Isaac here. Oh, teleports right through the laser there. That was so clean from Isaac. Gonna be able to do some hefty damage, but probably not a kill. Reset. Loves the grab. Isaac loves the grab. Gotta watch the incoming from Drewchuck though. JS plus assist. Locked and loaded.
I will see the Jackal can do it right here. Oh.
Honestly, I'm a little surprised it's not just machine gunning that 2L. Might be able to kill without a reset, but he's gonna go for it anyway. Cross up. Uses opportunity to carry to the corner. Blocked.
Bruh. But out of the EX?
So he needs just a little bit more out of range for that one. Just a little bit more invincibility. Because once you get that hit, just about every character maintains their invincibility on their EX. It's like the initial hit into the follow-up, and like just about every character on screen except for Draken has that.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. I did not know that it didn't have any after it.
There are few characters that are like that. Sentry, after the initial hit, can be hit, but his EX is fast enough that it can get around it quite frequently. I think Other than that, I can't quite think of any more. But it's still pretty sad for Dragon. No punish. 5L, 2L might have done it. RJ light buttons, R5, 3 frames. Oh, blocking. Nice and easy.
Tell you from limb to limb.
Control. Picked up.
Oh my god. He picked that up off the Eric. It was a solo pickup.
You had no chance.
It didn't confirm it though. Yeah, Drewchuck
He'll win
looking really
the-
good.
When's Young Lord Sova coming back? He's an airbase plus assist. Oh. 6 and knock. Not fast enough to punish that whiff there, but we got the quick pickup from Goldar. Goldar doing Goldar things. Already used our ground bounce, but we got the car running.
Oh, and the punish! Yo, Drewchuck punishing the X?
Throw recovered so fast.
Yeah.
He was just a fraction of a second later. I guess the options are he either hit Isaac or he got hit by Isaac, but throw is so quick.
Maximum.
Push block punish. A man after our own hearts. The bracing is in his Z block.
You again.
Oh, and the sandwich not gonna get him. Just confirm, Mike. Oh no, yo, Drewchuck. Okay.
Alright, just the Zord.
Yeah, he has He keeps his thing simple.
JLM for the people.
Yeah. Oh, Drewchuck. Let's take
Style.
this. 3-1.
We got the Plinky X. Drewchuck off to winners or losers final. Excuse me. He's playing devious ways. Both of these players
Yeah.
fighting for the run back versus Fear Chimera.
Yeah, this will definitely be an interesting one. I feel like I don't see these two play very often. I can't even think of the last time I've seen these two players specifically play against each other. I'm definitely interested to see. Definitely two players, I think, like in the same, like skill level too. So it should definitely be a fun one.
Yeah, definitely. Devious has been leveling up constantly. I think he's at a comfortable point where he's playing kind of a new team. It's not new anymore. Scorpina's been out for 3 months, so he's had plenty of time to get used to it. But Devious used to be, it was like Zed, Eric, and Jen or something way back when. And then I think around the Lauren patch, he picked up Dog. And then
I think
now,
he's like Goldar, right? But yeah.
yeah, maybe Zed, Eric, Goldar, one of them. Zed, Eric for sure, and then it was Zed, Eric, Dog, and now Zed, Dog, Scorpina cycling around. Loves the Zed apparently, and it looks great on him.
Right,
So,
for sure.
we'll see.
Definitely. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
One
we'll
of the
see
resident Zed players.
how he works out against Drewchuck here. It's really Devious plays a more measured, neutral versus rather than Drewchuck. Drewchuck sort of, I don't want to say he just does stuff, because there's definitely a plan and there's definitely something that he knows he's trying to do. But Drewchuck is more comfortable advancing than Devious seems to do typically. But we'll see it as they clash in our upcoming match. Devious has been iced out a little bit, having to wait for our losers' matches to catch up. Hopefully keeping warm. Drewchuck fresh off that 3-1 victory versus Mega Isaac, as we just saw. Getting right into it.
Yeah, these finals. Let's
Gotta
see
be
what
careful of
happens
the Icinia on round start. There are 2 characters that punish it very well on Drewchuck's team. We rocking right into it. Missed the opening gambit, straight through. Hitting Zed deletes the putty, but we miss the OTG there.
Okay.
This is not a fantastic matchup for Zed, but Drewchuck has yet to shoot. Oh, there he goes. He shot the gun. Also not a very good matchup for Scorpina.
Oh my goodness, happy birthday, but that falls out. Oh, that's good.
Good for Devious. Building that sword meter. Drewchuck's been doing pretty well with this combo this evening. I should just stop talking. The scramble roll.
This has been a whole lot of scrambles, my goodness.
Yo, we just saw everyone on screen for a hot minute.
Oh, beautiful punish on the UX.
Right through that second hit of the Zed reaction. Easy kill.
Oh no.
Besides not the Hey, sometimes you just want to press buttons.
Yeah.
Where's the youth? We all know he does.
Thanks for the assist. With up.
Troll tried to answer the knee crush or something, but gets caught by the assist. No punish on the EX 5 Emblem Scorpion. It's so incredibly smart.
Yeah, you gotta react pretty quick to that. RJ's EX is like notorious for being pretty safe compared to other ones.
It's not necessarily safe.
That's not so like, yeah.
On par and punishable like a lot of other moves. It's just that it looks like it's more safe than it is.
Yeah, that's probably it.
It's the super. I swear, EX and a super with dog. Just wish it were more consistent.
Drewchuck's looking pretty good so far. That was almost a perfect, like, really pretty stuff.
Yeah, there's a bit of scrambles going on, but Drewchuck, I don't think he didn't get hit by any clean hits, just some stray chip and some stray hits, but no confirms. Back into it. These players not gonna change teams. This is their tried and true.
2, 1, fight!
High Cindy catches the Eric assist. Good pickup.
Or replay here?
We hold like that.
Oh, yeah. Let them stop getting the hit, and now you did that RJ. Keep it simple. Ooh.
Yo, layers. It's looking like an ice cream sandwich. Neapolitan style.
Oh no.
Neutral. Corner. Patience.
Oh no. Oh, it wasn't happy birthday though. It looked like it was.
It almost was a happy birthday, but
Yeah.
Devious a little bit lucky there. You get the OTG. Oh, he already used it. Good grab though.
You have lost. Slash, slash.
JH is a strangely difficult to confirm, but we've gone for full flashes. A man after my own heart.
Quantum defender.
Anyone who knows me knows I'm a big fan of the flash, but Drewchuck, big fan of the air blade.
That was a perfect time to punish that.
Perfect timing to avoid it. Dog EX,
Yeah.
it looks bigger than it is.
I need more
Not the
quantum
best.
power.
It's functional at least. Picking it up. Still saving the install. Good left right. Fails to confirm that. Yo, I swear, Mans has skates on. Goldar Kara throw is so flippery.
Ooh, and the throw on wake up.
So nice he did it twice.
Yeah. Up 2-0. Devious having a tough time right now.
Set point for Drewchuck. Trying to get that rematch versus Mr. First Place. We've been chilling in grand finals for a hot minute at this point.
Yeah.
Right back into it. No breathers, no thinking. It's what a lot of this comes down to, I think, is just Drewchuck's ability to navigate through the scramble. Devious can create scrambles. He's doing a good job of that. Drewchuck is just finding those points to get out of.
And he does play some characters that
Finally ready to turn
have
yourself.
pretty good performance too.
Yeah, the only quote-unquote bad confirm is Eric X. So you can't confirm solo without super. But still, it's long enough that you could just get from tagging properly.
Yeah.
Going for the easy stuff. Super to kill. Grab to kill. Everybody's going down.
Ooh, good blocks this time. Ooh, getting the cross up right there. Aiming at EX.
Right over his head. A reversal from Drewchuck, just with a complete devious on top of it.
Alright, but yeah, looking good. Wanna keep the combo going? I think we'll just keep going and going and going. Oh man.
Scorpina combos last night.
So we get the hit right here was dead. Could get that character to Oh, the cross up. Yeah, Devious loves that. He definitely, he's been going for that mix-up, that reset for a while. It's definitely tricky.
That was clean. That was clean. That side swap, that left-right from the putty, is at like the perfect point too.
Yeah.
And I appreciate
Really?
Devious. He was at the hard part of the combo, and just a straight drop can lead to like just a lost game in a game as volatile as Battle for the Grid, and just going for something that he knows is at least safe on block, strong on is very smart for Devious. But the knee crush, punishing the head here.
I'll handle this myself.
Oh, almost getting the punish.
Watch it. Good block on the cross up. Had a little bit of cross up protection.
Spirit Unleashed. Shadow Ranger.
Body block.
Oh man.
Don't get hit by this.
Tell you from limb to limb.
Drewchuck has not been finishing these RJ combos. He got 2 of them in a row that kind of dropped the end. But we have no problem with the Goldar combo here.
Goldar combos are pretty straightforward. And we have the Eric
Looks
Myers
like I
on
have to
that.
bail you out of
Oh no, the missed push block.
Just keeping him in the corner. Gotta be careful though. Grip.
No, man,
Low
that's
enough.
not what you want.
And low enough on health from Devious that Drewchuck can just do a pretty straightforward route and probably go for a kill.
Yeah. And that's kind of the past the point where you want to be like, because like he does have Zorn, but 1-on-1 is really tough.
3-on-1 with a character that not necessarily subpar neutral, but average neutral against characters that play neutral very well.
Yeah.
And that grasp to punish the
I need more quantum power.
we just finish it off. Apparently not. This is the 5M. Happy birthday.
There's gonna be a turning point right here. We're talking about turning points. Yeah. There's dead. RJ's dead. There's a little bit left. Alright. It's still possible. He gets one first turn of life, and then the EX.
Classic.
Live by the EX, die by the EX. The definition of it. Because if he did not get that, that would have been Devious' game. Oh my goodness.
I mean, hey, if it worked, why not?
Yeah.
Drewchuck taking it 3-1 over Devious. Bit touch and go off that last hit. Devious with the happy birthday. just almost bringing it back. That one touch game in the very end, EX from Drewchuck sealing it out and getting his rematch versus Fear Chimera here.
Yeah.
And we're moving on to grand finals. We've had some fantastic games this evening.
For sure. Yeah. There would not be a grand finals without Fear, so definitely
And
looking forward to this.
a lot of matches that I would have really liked to see off stream. Mega Isaac versus Fibonacci, Isaac versus Omega Black, Jackal versus Drewchuck, Sundula versus Mark even. Mark's someone who's been attending tournaments more frequently. Dula is just always fun to watch, except for when he's doing bad dog combos. Oh, even Fear versus Omega Black way up at the top there. Crazy Fool versus Omega Black. That was round one that I wish we had seen. Crazy Fool lives up to his name, but Omega Black just as crazy.
Oh yeah.
Easily. Let's give a quick shout out before we move on to our grand finals. We got plenty of tournaments run by the Central Illinois FGC, Dowtown Beatdown Online. Next tournament, this not this coming Saturday, but the week after this coming Saturday, is Mortal Kombat 11. Free to enter, open to continental United States, I believe. Matcherino. Y'all can, if you're not even entering, you can go to the tournament page as you see on screen, click the Matcherino, and just donate a quick 50 cents just to support the homies. And a confirmation is open to North America, not just continental United States. But after Mortal Kombat 11, it's Dragon Ball Fighters. Next day, following day, open to Midwest. You can check out the registration page to check your eligibility to enter. There are some very strong players that consistently enter the Central Illinois Dragon Ball tournaments. Players from all over, some great Chicago players. Had some players from Kentucky slide in this one time, I believe. It's a Saturday, March 21st, 3 p.m. Matcherino as well. All these tournaments you see run by have a Matcherino that are going straight to the pot.
Injustice 2 Legendary Edition going to be on Saturday, March 27th. And Injustice is really cool that NRS games have like those multiple games, right? You have Injustice and then you have your Mortal Kombat. So one of the best, like they were ahead of the curve on the whole rollback stuff, right? So definitely some thriving scenes right now.
Oh
really
yeah.
cool to see.
Not only is Low Kick holding the events, not as only Central Illinois hosting events. We got Low Kick. They've been holding it down every Tuesday and Friday. They've definitely done every Friday since like March, April of last year. But they've been rocking the Tuesdays for a hot minute, and they have a very, very good variety of games they do, like Street Fighter, Under Night In-Birth, then Fighting Herds. They've done ARMS. They have Battle for the Grid rocking on the last Friday of this month. They've done beginners brackets for a handful of games as well.
Mm-hmm.
They're always supporting the scenes that love to show up. And if you're wanting to check out some of the games that they play, you can check out their links on the screen, smash.gg/LKOMAR21 to see what we have set up and ready to enter coming this month. And then special shout out to Rarities Unlimited sponsoring a bunch of the Central Illinois FGC tournaments. You can check them out on Facebook to see what they got. They've got vintage comic books, video games, movies, so much more. And they've been a huge support helping us run these events and just send out some of that cash to our players. And we really appreciate the help. So yeah, Drewchuck just taking a short break after his set with Devious, trying to calm down, maybe cool his nerves, maybe bathroom break, get a drink, chill out. We'll be catching Drewchuck versus Fear in a hot minute, but we saw them play earlier this evening in winners semifinals. It was Fear 3-0 over Drewchuck. Not only that, but Fear was rocking one of his alternate teams. Right now he's on the Goldar, which appears to be his main squeeze at the moment.
Oh god, was that a reset? Oh man.
I wasn't even paying attention, but off of the stagger, it can be immediate reset, so depending on the timing, you can get hit right out of it or grab. It's one of the resets that dog and cat can go for as well. Just going for it 2 times.
Formation sword.
Hey, Drew does have Zord here too.
Drew has Zord, but as well as Eric Myers with 2 bars.
More quantum power.
Yeah.
And Eric's Zord roots are really strange. He doesn't really have much that he can do post juggle limit without super already active. But it doesn't matter so much because Eric just kills.
Yeah, that's why I didn't think he was gonna be able to kill, but he was able to get the gold out of there. Finish out the combo.
Ooh, good confirm there from Fear. That the gen missiles can be a little bit tricky sometimes if you don't know what you're doing. But Fear's been rocking Gentry forever.
Oh, if Jen wasn't there, he might have got a punishment.
Jen got hit by the bullets on the reflective hitbox from the Goldar EX. Oh, good block.
Tell you from limb to limb.
Hold on, no comes on the EX.
That 6H from Goldar is just so annoying. It's not even like... It's a good button, not a necessarily fantastic button. It has such a big hitbox and reflect. But you can't combo from it. And it just sort of is obnoxious. Oh, fishing. The bomb actually messing it up, but we re-combo, we reset into the throw here. Yes, to finish it out. Good stuff from Fear Chimera, taking this first game pretty comfortably. There's a quick kill against the Goldar, but once you're past the point character, it just gets harder and harder. Because not only did you give Fear Zord, you're up to his 2 best characters.
Alright, going into game 2. Let's see what happens here. Drewchuck. And I have to win 2 sets, so you don't want to be in too much of a hole here. You're using that game with that 0-2. It's going to be tough to make that run. Caught by the low, that's what you want.
Yeah, we had a little bit of extra meter build from just playing the neutral, and now we're just gonna be able to do the Goldar stuff. Super Goldar shenanigans. Built another EX, able to kill because Goldar EX does damage.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Oh man.
Neutral. This is, I like to believe that
You and your
Sentry
weapons are no
actually
match
wins
for
the
me.
Goldar matchup. We're just cycling through the team, making sure that we just stay playing neutral and catching that reversal EX, punishing with the cross up right into the corner.
Goldar. Hey, do his stuff right here. Mash on incoming. He does not care about anything at any point.
Hey, delivered this ride or die on the mash, man. Drewchuck, I got it. Crescent.
I need more quantum power.
Easy route. We ain't thinking. We're playing monkey.
It's like, it is possible. He has Zora here, but...
Misses the dash up. What? I gotta wonder what was going through Drewchuck's mind when 5H EX on block. Was it some sort of option select on grab? Maybe that was the H input into grab EX option select or something. That was just. I mean, that's just what Drewchuck does, I guess. If I see a game where Drewchuck's playing neutral and we don't see an EX, that's gonna be a surprise, to be sure.
Let me at him.
I'll handle this myself.
Keep him safe. The air assist.
Watch that air blade. Oh, he's patient.
Ooh, sandwich. Oh, yeah. Jen's just sitting there. It's so scary.
He's just standing. Menacing.
Oh my goodness. Here comes on a low. Goldar. He'll go crazy right here. Get the kill.
Goldar with a long range assist that can just jump and swoop to the other side is obnoxious to say the least.
Ooh, same side? Oh man.
Caught the up back and free jump frames with the low, presumably. We got both assists ready. We might be able to finish this without it.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Maybe an EX, we'll see. Swap strike? Swap strike. It was close.
Overhead.
Oh.
Alright, GG.
That's the final nail in the coffin. I swear, you can just... one extension into super. But Fear's just gonna practice his combos, go into training mode, make sure everything's working. That size mode is finishing things off. Fear Chimera taking the entire tournament 15-0. Didn't drop a single game.
Oh man, even with the side team.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 15-0.
Oh man.
He's Mr. First Place for a reason.
Yeah.
A good, big shout outs to our players though. Fear Chimera taking it in first place. In second, we have Drewchuck. Third, Devious. Honestly, it's great seeing Devious out here.
Yeah, I was gonna say shout out to Devious for real. Really good showing today. Beating Isaac 2 sets. Right?
That's no small feat.
No, Drewchuck being the second time. My bad. Devious was in winners finals. He did beat him today and then on Sunday.
Yeah,
but yeah,
but
good stuff to Devious.
3-0ing Isaac is tough. Isaac, very smart player, very adaptable. Isaac tied for got fourth place this evening. Great showing from all of our players. I would have liked to see more of Jackal's side team because that just looks like a fun team, and of course Jackal's been having a lot of fun with it. But nonetheless, that was our bracket for Battle for the Grid Downtown Beatdown, March 11th, 2021. There's still a Matcherino going for a little bit. You can still donate. You can still use that code if you have an exclamation Matcherino in the chat. All of that money going straight to the players. But yeah, thanks all of you in the chat for watching. Anyone who watched previously, anyone in the VODs in the future, thanks for showing up. Thanks for supporting the homies. It's always great to see a new Battle for the Grid bracket.
For sure, yeah.
And
Good stuff, as always.
I just want to say thank you to Dostrow and Technique for the stellar commentary and all the players that played today that entered. We're going to leave the Matcherino open for quite a while. So continue to use the Matcherino code using the command Matcherino. And we will see you all on Saturday the 20th for Mortal Kombat 11 at 6 p.m. Central Time. I hope you all enjoyed tonight's tournament, and you all have yourself a great evening. Stay safe out there. Take care.
The staggers with the stand heavy kick into the tunnel kick here. Backing away, air to air. And Arneezy with the massive raid of 23. I don't know why I'm
Yeah, sorry for that
using
stuff in the
go off, but
background.
Thank you very
That
much.
was bleeding.